Is Skyler not coming in?
No, Skyler's not going to be on the show tonight. He will join us over the phone.
He's right there.
Why? We can see him in the class.
There was talk that I think Rick, maybe that you had food poisoning.
Yeah, like 2 days ago.
It's cool, guys. I've got a date this weekend. I don't want to be like all grumbly or food poisoning and stuff.
You can't catch food poisoning.
He's a real paranoid guy.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be on my phone.
No, I had it 2 days ago.
Yeah, but there are strains of food poisoning that
you don't catch food
I don't
poisoning.
think that's true, but he's real paranoid. But he'll be on the phone the whole time. It'll be almost like having him here in the room. He'll be able to listen, all that good stuff. But,
could you move over just a little bit, just in case? I really can't afford to catch that. I can't.
I'm sorry, Rick. If you want, you can sit right here on my lap if you want to. Pal. I'm not afraid of journalists.
I don't believe this.
What? He really left. He walked away.
How's it going, guys? You got to Whittier okay?
We did. We got a little lost, but MapQuest.
Yeah, Rick's a real on-time guy, and we were running a little late because we just don't see well in the dark.
Yeah.
Well, it gets dark so much earlier now.
Sandy's mic has tried to escape from him again.
This place has poltergeist in it or something.
It's
scary.
Maybe.
I like the 70s chairs.
They're mind-blowing, aren't they?
That new?
I mean, these are probably worth money. They're so...
You may be right.
Rick, I wanted to ask you, is it true that you booked your first audition out here for Becker?
I did. It was my first audition.
Nice.
It was my very first one, and I got it.
Were you nervous?
No, you know what I did? I walked in, and they knew I was a comedian.
Okay.
And so I had the audition, and then at the end they said, "Do you want to tell us a joke?" And I said, "Oh yeah, I guess." I said, "Knock knock."
Family friendly.
They said, "Who's there?" I said, "Me. Give me the part." And they gave it to me.
Oh, wow.
And so that was it.
Nice.
And I've tried it since then. It hasn't worked. Not one time.
I was going to say, I've never tried just telling them to give me a part.
Go on and tell them. You can do that.
Okay, I didn't know.
Nice.
I also like to if they validate parking. I like to ask them if they validate. And when they say yes, I go, "Do you think I'm talented? Come on, be honest."
Now Rick is actually our second guest in here in 2 weeks, who's done some work on Becker.
That's right.
And we didn't get to talk to Wade Williams about Becker too much.
No,
but
we didn't.
I personally think Becker was one of the greatest shows of the 2000s.
A really good show.
A really good show.
And Ted Danson was really a very sweet guy, and he sort of, he was a very sweet guy. I didn't get to talk to him too much, but
still pretty cool though.
Yeah. And you and your buddy were trying to get a medical marijuana.
Is that family friendly? Are we allowed to talk about medical?
Hey, I mean,
medical M.
If it's about prescriptions, I don't see why not.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, art imitates life.
There you go.
And the problem is, I was writing his prescriptions.
Dr. Stotzer.
We've already got a couple people that want to win these tickets here.
Oh yeah.
Or perhaps
let's take Mike on line one. He's only been holding for 2 minutes, so Mike, we're getting you on the air pretty easy here. Mike, you're on the air.
Hello. I got a question for both comedians, actually. I just want to know. Sorry, excuse me. I want to know where do you guys draw your inspiration from for being funny? Like, you guys are stand-up comedians, I assume, right?
Well, I'm a fat guy, so I sit down a lot.
Okay. Where do you guys draw your inspiration from?
Where do I draw my inspiration from? You know what, Sandy? Why don't you take that one?
Pain. Issues and pain. It's kind of easy to end up, after growing up, you kind of look back at things and start to turn it around. And you can turn the kind of the family friendly, you turn that frown into a smile.
I think I think anything can give you inspiration, because I think anything can be funny. Yeah, I really do. I think, and I also think you have to sort of be able to laugh at everything, or you can't really laugh at anything. You know what I mean? Like, you have to be able, and that's, I guess there is.
Okay, yeah. So if I were to, let me just give you an example. Let's say if I were to tell you, okay, take a tree in a car and make something funny. I mean,
well, this isn't Family Guy.
Take the tree in the car.
Like a puzzle.
Take the tree in the car.
I'll let you take this one, Rick.
You know what? When I said there's humor in everything, I lied. I don't know that I can.
No, but you know what? I'm sorry. What was your name again?
You're in the chair right now. Let's see if you can do this.
A tree. Yeah.
No, Mike.
Yeah, his name was Mike.
Mike, this is Sandy. Actually, what you were just doing then is what we do all the time. It especially with Rick here. Rick and I have the same kind of thought pattern about wouldn't it be funny if? In other words, you could see something that's very normal and say, oh, wouldn't it be funny if this? And you actually just wrote something. You haven't finished it yet, but you wrote something.
Richard, go ahead.
Hey, what's up, guys? I just have a question as far as, like, what's the craziest thing that's ever happened with guys while, doing comedy? And then I heard something about some free tickets.
Why did you really call, Richard? Honestly, I find it's a lot of fun just traveling. One of the last tours I went on was like 6,600 miles. It was driving, and I was just reminded of something with the engineer in that I was in Montana one time, and I like stopping at pet shops. I like those big birds, like the macaws, the hyacinth macaws and stuff. And I was at a place in Montana, and we pulled up, and there's this little sign with this spider monkey behind this glass,
all right,
with this arthritic hand. I mean, just really, really beat up.
It was his own hand was arthritic.
Yes, and
the monkey's.
He wasn't just holding an arthritic hand.
That's what I was like. He bit the hand of an old.
You never can tell.
Yeah, he was holding a Ninja Turtle that had a gaping hole in the top of its head, but you had to get close to the sign, and you come up to read the sign, and it says, "Don't approach the glass."
Great.
And this monkey jumps at the glass and starts slapping it, and his name was Billy the Glass Slapper. and that's why his hand was arthritic. He was 40 years old and kept beating the glass.
Really? Is there some reason why they didn't? I mean,
poor spider monkey.
That sounds odd. That's the meanest.
Yeah,
that sounds so cruel.
Why not put a huge sign like 12 feet out in front of the glass?
Yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You had to approach the glass to see it. It was
Man.
Anyway, there's lots of stuff that
I'll tell you
happens on the road.
The strangest show, one of the strangest shows I ever had was I actually got a beer bottle thrown at me.
Oh.
Yeah. And then after the show, this is the first time I learned
Sandy
this.
shrugs
I was about 19 when I started doing comedy, and I would work the bar circuit. And I actually wasn't old enough to be in the pubs, but that's when lying comes in. But this is what I learned: never get paid in cash, and if you do get paid in cash, never get paid in the bar. Go into the back office, because after the show, I got mugged.
Oh, man.
Really?
Yeah, I got mugged. 2 guys followed me out. Yeah, it was yeah.
Did they look conspicuously like the bar owner? And
yeah, they did. It was a door guy in the bar. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, come on, hey guys.
How much cash did you get?
Oh, I think I was making like $300 or $400 a show.
Wow.
At that point. Yeah.
I guess that's muggable. I thought if it was
that's
$60.
Oh yeah.
So what did these muggers have? Like a knife or?
No, they were just bigger, and
okay.
That was it. It was it doesn't take much to terrify me.
You don't keep a little body spray in your pocket, straight for the eyes?
Yeah. Yeah, what is it?
Axe deodorant.
That's right. Yeah. No, honestly, I guess Montana's a bad state for me but I actually had a gun pulled on me.
Ooh,
wow!
It was during a show.
Actually, yes, it was right during a show.
That's quite a heckler.
No, it wasn't a heckler. They didn't really tell us where we were going to be performing, and it turned out to be a motorcycle club's bar.
Fun.
And I, being rather ethnic looking, went into this place, and it got a little scary. There was a very, very inebriated woman that was heckling, and I finally, threw some heckler lines out, and the place just stopped.
Yikes.
Wow.
And from the darkness, I hear, hey, we got guns. And there was a guy standing there with a gun pointed right at me. That's the most scared I've ever been.
Me, I mean, and you could probably agree with me on this. The places that people will decide to do a comedy show boggle my mind. They will do a comedy show at a Denny's.
I didn't book it. I was booked all the way through this run. And
what's wrong with that?
Places. I'm sorry, what was that?
I said, what's wrong with that?
A Denny's?
A Denny's?
Hey.
Well,
yeah.
A Denny's in Montana at 2:30 a.m.
It's a little rough.
It's a little rough.
Right.
It's gonna be.
It's not fish and chips there. It's fish and buffalo chips there.
Do you remember what your heckler lines were that got these guys so riled up? Like, what did you?
No, they were actually kind of standard, but she was apparently a protected biker chick. One of those
union.
Yeah.
She had all the right tattoos.
Right.